There's a little bit of foul language in here. Alright guys, so I'm going to be going over how we can give Rajang a taste of his own hot Rajang dick. Wait. Hold on, that didn't really come out. Anyway, the first thing I want to talk about is armor set and skills. So if you just give me a minute here, I'm just going to go ahead and get my Rajang mix set ready. Waste. Gotta get the gems. Need the right talisman. Right. Put it all together. Alright guys, and we got the set. Don't actually do this. But seriously though, if you're going to be hunting Rajang, then Weakness Exploit is going to be a staple part of your set. Whether you're a Blade Master, you're gunning, even if you're a Prowler, I want to see you rocking Weakness Exploit against him, because it's just that good. And I guess if you want to hunt Rajang with only Weakness Exploit, you can, because it just fucks him up that much. And now let's talk about why. Stats time! Just as a quick recap, Weakness Exploit was actually reverted back to how it was in Portable Third. It currently gives you 50% affinity, or 50% crit chance, whenever you're hitting a monster's weak spot. And a weak spot is just a monster hit zone with a weakness of 45 or higher. So if we look at Rajang here, we can see why that's so efficient. This fucker is a walking weak spot. He's essentially a glass cannon, and you're going to have 100% uptime with this skill whenever you're hunting him. With the exception of his arms when he powers up, but that's basically it. He does have a weakness to ice, but dual blades are really the only weapon that could fully take advantage of this. Some other weapons can attack decently fast enough to apply ice, but you're better off sticking with raw in almost every other case. I'm not going to get into the math of the influence of affinity and the additional crit boost modifier. All of this information is out there, but in layman's terms, it's good as fuck. And against Rajang, it's extra good as fuck. So just take my word for it, and trust me, you're going to see some results. Alright, let's get on to the technical stuff. Weak spot. There are a few things about Wukong we need to talk about before we even discuss his moveset. First, let's discuss his power-ups. Asshole Arms and Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan is his Enrage. It's when he suddenly hops back and his hair goes spiky. This will only happen after you've done a certain amount of damage to him. And once he's Super Saiyan, he's going to do more damage with all of his attacks, and they'll be slightly faster. Keep in mind that this is his Enrage. This is what will activate Challenger. Asshole Harms is his other power-up. This one doesn't really have a damage threshold, so he'll kind of just slip in and out of it whenever he feels like it. When he does activate it, his arms will become hardened, and any attacks involving his fists, which is most of them, are going to become more punishing. So what does that mean? This buff doesn't really increase damage, it just makes his fist attacks harder to block. They'll send you flying higher or further if you get hit. He's more likely to stun you with his red arms, and it's defensive in a way since now you basically can't attack them. Think of his buffs kind of like his armor in 4U, where one buff is latent power and the other is Challenger. Except unlike for us, they actually stack for him. So fuck you, Rajang. The last thing you need to understand about Rajang is that his AI is just so fucking stupid.
What the fuck is up, Kyle? No, what did you say? What the fuck? Step the fuck up, Pat!
Half the time, nobody really knows what he's doing, and if anything, he's gonna kill people by accident. But it's that extra randomness and RNG that he got in Generations that somehow gave him a new kind of challenge. So that's why we're gonna be covering his moves and how to play around them next. But what are his moves, Herny? Well, I'm glad you asked. Sonic Ball. Tremor, the move. Angry Punches. Really angry punches. Rock Throw. Riddle me this. No, seriously, what the beam? AKA, thanks for the free damage. Dumbass Spin. And there are a few other miscellaneous things he does, but I'll cover them later. So for now, let's dive into these moves. First up is the Sonic Ball attack. Now, I was having trouble thinking of a way to explain this dodge, since I just know the timing from hunting him so much, but while I was watching some of my clips, I thought of something that could help. So Rajang has kind of like a 3-count system for the Sonic Ball attack. 1, 2, 3. and you can use this to help you dodge, but for this to work, you either need to be quick with your camera, or already have eyes on him. So the way it's going to work is you start your count when he jumps up. That's 1. Then when he tucks into a ball, that's 2. And 3 is going to be his descent and the moment when you dodge. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But you gotta stay cool and keep the beat for this. You know, you can't be like 1, 2, 3. Like, oh shit, it's coming. 1, 2, 3. So you know, you gotta keep it cool. 1, 2, 3. If you don't feel comfortable with when you've oriented your camera, or you think you didn't quite get the timing right, you can save your Hunter Arch for these moments. But being able to consistently dodge these without needing to rely on the Hunter Arch or Superman dive or putting your weapon away is going to be really good, because it'll help you keep the pressure on this guy. So hopefully that helps with that move. Next, I'll cover his angry punches. These aren't too complicated, but he does them often, so it's good to be able to differentiate between the two. And while it's smart to mainly focus his legs anyway, these punches are one of the main reasons we're forced to play at his sides or behind him, because they can be pretty disruptive. So his angry punches are instant. They don't really have a wind-up and the animation just starts, so be careful because he likes to do this from an idle position a lot. When he does the angry punches, he will only do 3. His really angry punches, however, are not instant. They have a quick flex/growl animation at the beginning.
What the fuck is up, Kyle?
When he does this, he's going to add an additional 4 punches. Both of these combos will end with this little slam at the end that causes tremor, but mainly near the front of him, so if you're by his legs, you won't really be caught in it. Which is perfect, because all we can really do while he's doing these punches is kind of chase him down and get in some damage on his legs, since this move kind of has like a lot of frontal movement. Next, we're going to be looking at Tremor the move. This move has a very big and obvious tell, so it's fairly easy to dodge. Just be aware that he will either hop forward or back with the slam in order to better aim it at you. The move has a pretty small hitbox, but as the name I've given it suggests, the real threat of this move is the huge tremor that it causes. You're going to want to position yourself to dodge the move and the tremor, because it feels like tremor lasts an hour, and he likes to combo into another move while you're still stuck. I have a video on dodging tremor if you're having any trouble with that. This move is also altered by asshole arms. It's going to give it a larger tremor range, and if you do get hit by the move itself, he's going to send you fucking packing. If he sends you flying like this and you hit a wall, it's going to be a guaranteed stun, so be careful. Rock throw is a straightforward move and a nice opportunity to get in some damage if he doesn't fucking run away from you. Furious Rajang will pick up a rock in place, but regular Rajang will go run to one of his favorite spots and pick one up. And it can be really frustrating and random if you're in the middle of this intense hunt and he just randomly runs across the map away from you. Either way, if you're in a position to do damage, take advantage of it. Just be careful that depending on where he is in the animation of pulling up the rock, if you successfully flinch or trip him, the rock can fall on you. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it'll make you miss out on some damage, and that kinda sucks. So to best avoid this, just stick to the back of the legs and you should be okay. Also, if you happen to be in front of him when he goes for the rock, it's another automatic stun. It rarely happens, but you know, just keep that in mind. His pin has a fucking annoying hitbox. Even though this move is easy to dodge, I still hate it. Basically, once he's starting the animation, everything including his waist, his torso, arms, face, nose, his fucking fingernails, are part of the hitbox. So when it comes to this move, we just refer to our sentence of the day. Luckily, once you do dodge this move, it's a great opportunity to deal damage. It's pretty funny, whenever he misses this move, he just stays there, like, shocked. My pin missed? But how? It has such a stupid fucking hitbox, how could it miss? The beam. The beam is a joke, guys. Honestly, this move is only dangerous in multiplayer since he can accidentally snipe you playing roulette with whatever hunter he's aiming at, but if you're running solo, this move will never ever hit you as long as you're on his ass. Whenever you see him winding up the beam, honestly you should have an evil smile on your face because you know you're about to get in your long combo, your hunter art, your main damage dealing move, what have you, it doesn't matter. The only thing you need to be aware of here is that when he does do the beam, he's going to come down pretty hard on his arms, and this is actually a small attack of its own, so just be ready to dodge it or block it if needed. The last move I'll cover is the one that I think is the most dangerous, the dumbass spin. Now, this is a simple move. Rajang punches fast enough and hard enough that it forces him to do a 360 spin. However, the reason this move is so dangerous is because Rajang is a fucking idiot, and sometimes, or should I say often, he'll spin punch at nothing or the wall. So, if you're gonna adept guard or guard point or just block this move, you're gonna have to quickly turn around because this move counts as an attack that's coming from behind you, since it's a 360 degree punch. If you've been attacking his feet, just roll away from him or to the side as to not get caught in the punch. Just be careful because this move does have a pretty wide hitbox. I think the real danger of this move is its inconsistency. The way you need to react to it really depends on where Rajang is and where you are in relation to each other and in relation to the map. Sometimes dodging when you don't have to can get you hit, and sometimes you don't even need to dodge at all. So it really depends on the positioning, so just keep your eyes on him, stay aware, and just react as necessary. Also, this move has a delayed hitbox, so be careful when reapproaching him after you've dodged the move.
Oh no!
Whew. Alright guys, that's pretty much everything. Anything that wasn't covered here I just thought didn't really need any further explaining. As far as items go, don't flash bomb this guy. He's either gonna still hit you or just go waste your time and punch at nothing, so essentially nothing will change. Shock traps you could use at any time, but for pitfall traps he's gotta be enraged. Now this was kinda believed in the past, I don't know if it still is, but Furious Rajang is not permanently enraged guys, so you still need to go enrage him for the pitfall trap to work, you know, Super Saiyan. But that's it. Keep hitting his fucking legs over and over again so that he trips and dies, and you should be good to go. Bye!